This is Tour de France 2024. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. We're back yet again with another year of the Tour de France experience. The full simulation of the exciting, the riveting, the gripping biking tour, where you're just kind of with a bunch of people biking along. So this one has some new changes. It obviously captures this year's, I guess you would say, particular offering in terms of the new track, the environment, the way it changes. And yeah, what are we getting here? As per usual, 1080p, 60 FPS. There is spatial sound support. There is local play for 2. And now, for the first time ever, the intensity, the action of gripping online multiplayer action. That's right. You could have all these people are real. There's 400. Not just kidding. It's 6 players online multiplayer. So now you can really compete with the people from around the world in the Tour de France. I know, right? Truly is a magical experience. So we've got some slightly updated career mode options, we've got some tweaked elements of play and how you react and physics and everything like that. There's something like 900 professional cyclists to choose from. I guess you can choose your rider outfit. You can do all the different like mechanics of interacting with others and doing the drafts and everything like that. Although I don't know why everyone's going so hard. Like it looks like the AI has been changed up a bit, because usually they sort of, like, you know, they do the drafting where you're kind of huddled behind one another so that the race is a little easier going on your body and stuff, but people are kind of going full tilt. So it's actually a little wild. I do think that visually this year's version looks a little bit better. In terms of, like, the pop-in seems to be handled a little bit better, but there's still some noticeable pop-in. But, yeah, actually some visual improvements for this experience. There's also more of a push for the kind of, like, injuries. So injuries are a little bit more dynamic, if that makes sense. So, like, you might spend a little bit more time or a little bit less time when you're on the ground. So that's supposed to be a little bit different gameplay-wise this time around, which is kind of interesting. So, yeah, lots of little dynamics in this one. We've got the different challenge things. There's adapting your strategy based on what's going on, the different terrains and biomes. You got the full tour, and then you got some secondary options, and then there's lots of choice in how you interact, and I guess you would say cycle throughout the game and everything like that. And in performance, everything kind of factors into your performance in terms of, like, how you're managing your, like, health on the road and your cycling and everything like that. I mean, like, it's really, really straightforward. It's the tour. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. So, like, it is, you know, it's a pretty... Ugh, I accidentally did that. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward game. No longer display this stuff. So you get all these different settings so that you can adjust, like, you know, how well, I guess, your little protein things that are going, and how much of a speed burst you want to do, and everything factors into your ability to compete and dominate and be powerful out there on the tour. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a cycling game, right? I mean, you kind of work as a team, and you do your stuff, and you make your moves, and, you know, you can kind of, like, simulate along, or you can be active in it, and, you know, there's all these dynamics to the experience that really, really do change things up, and how you kind of play, and how you compete out there on the circuit. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We do this every year, right? So, like, it is impressive in terms of scale. You know, they're always kind of trying to improve things. I do think visually it looks a bit better this year, but still very jaggedy. But you do get the full, you know, world, right? Like, this is, like, kilometers and kilometers, like, tens of kilometers of track. Or, well, you know, surface for you to go along, and you know, they're making improvements. They are innovating stuff, but it's, you know, small little changes here or there. And I mean, the multiplayer change up actually is a pretty big deal if you've ever wanted to play this with others. And hopefully at some point we get like the full scale of multiplayer, but I think it's also like a bit of a niche game. Like let's say hypothetically they set it up so you could have like 40 people biking along. Are you going to be able to set up matches like that? And, you know, the coordination efforts, you'd need so many people playing this game, and that's just not really realistic, is it, right? And, I mean, it would be kind of funny. Like, it would be honestly hilarious to get that many people together to compete like this, but, yeah, I don't see that's happening. I have noticed the crowd is a little bit stranger. It's like, literally, you just see, you know, like, couples near a car. There's usually a lot more, like, I mean, you do see more people in the city areas, but I guess you would say the crowd looks really weird to me this year. There's something genuinely bizarre. As odd as it sounds, it seems more natural in previous years. In terms of, like, people on the side of the road. I don't know if I'm just noticing it more this year, but it literally just seems like really awkward groups of two beside their vehicles. Well, there's a group of three, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of strange. Is that more like authentic to the actual tour? Less and less people show up to watch the biking every year or something like that. I don't know. This is really, yeah, because this seems a little bit more natural. It seems like the crowds are a little different. It seems like the environments in general, though, like better texture and everything like that. And like I said, the pop-in I think is handled much better this time around. Maybe it's just like kind of the aliasing and stuff like that that really holds this one kind of back in terms of like visual fidelity. Because like it looks kind of nice, but it is so jaggedy. If that makes any sense. But it is kind of impressive because there's a lot of, you know, NPCs and that doing their cycling, and you have these really dynamic like big breakups where everybody kind of like goes flying and stuff like that. I don't know. I find this one kind of neat. Literally, like we literally check this out every year. We've done this for quite a few years, and it's just kind of like a fun little checkup I do every year to see the, you know, the state of it, the status of it, how things have changed, and it's just kind of like you know, it's a cycling adventure is what it is. It's about going at your right pacing. It's about making the right moves. It's about trying to like not, you know, kind of die. Make sure you're using your fluids and stuff like that effectively. It's kind of a neat game. It really is. It has some unique elements to it that I think some people will quite like. But at that point, no commentary gameplay, and enjoy the rest of this in action.
Is one of the riders to be reckoned with in the Ardennes Classics. This stage is already an important moment in the competition for the polka dot jersey. With a maximum of 34 points to be pocketed, the Baroudeurs can hope for a very profitable day in the saddle. Time gap stabilised.
Forza, continuissima vittoria! Bravi ragazzi! Non mollate! Tenete duro! Forza, continuate! Sei il più figo! Non mollate! Grandissima vittoria! Non mollate! Sei il migliore! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Sei un mito! Sei un mito! Forza, continuate! Continue comme forza, continuate! Venite due, forza! Bravi ragazzi! Sei un mito! Bravo, bravo! Bravi ragazzi! Non mollate! Bravi ragazzi! Sei un mito! Tenete duro! Bravo! Forza, grandissima vittoria! Sei il più figo! Non mollate! Grandissima vittoria! Tenete duro! Sei il migliore! Non mollate! Tenete duro!
This first summit will earn 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point for the first 6 to the top.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. Here's the positions over the last climb.
Grandissima vittoria! Vai! Sei un mito! Non mollate! Vai! Sei un mito! Bravo! Bravo! un mito! Forza, continuate! Forza!
Forza! Continuate! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça les gars, on est avec vous! Lâchez rien, allez! Non mollate, dai!
Riders are already being dropped at the back of the peloton. It won't be a great day for them.
Bravi ragazzi!
Bravo les gars! Sei un mito! Bravo, bravo! Vai campione! Forza, continuate!
Forza ragazzi!
Sei il più figo!
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
Forza!
Sei un mito! Sei il più figo! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Forza ragazzi! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Tenete duro! Sei un mito! Non mollate! Tenete duro! Sei il più figo! Bravo, bravo! Vai campione! Vai! Sei un mito! Sei il migliore! Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Bravi ragazzi!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Mitico! Grandissima vittoria! Grandissima vittoria! Ragazzi, continuate! Guido, forza! Non mollate! Forza ragazzi! Vai! Sei un mito! Tenete duro!
2 and 1 point will be handed out at the top of the next climb towards the mountains classification.